these guys stopping me. Get familiar. What's your name? Babylon. Just come on and play.
Last September, me and a friend started in Düsseldorf on our trip to Korea. It was cold and rainy in Germany, but the further we went, the better it got. We took Finnair and changed planes in Helsinki. Helsinki is so green and pretty, but we only had a short time at the airport, so we headed straight to our next flight. After over 10 hours of watching movies and sleeping, we finally landed in Incheon International Airport. The all-stop train takes 1 hour from the airport to Hongdae, where we checked into our hostel. We walked around Hongdae for a bit, went into a Line Friends store which had a whole floor dedicated to their BTS collection, went into this cafe where you can pet really cute raccoons, and watched some of the buskers later in the evening. The next day we went to Dongdaemun, where we shopped for hours on end, accidentally saw Shinhwa walking to a fan event, relaxed at Dongdaemun Design Plaza, and took pictures in front of the pretty LED flowers. Our next stop was Namsan and the End Seoul Tower. We took the bus to the top and went all the way up. The view of Seoul at night was so worth it. On the way down, we got something to eat and were ready to go home. That's when we saw this gaming arcade. We ended up watching another street performer in Incheon afterwards. In the next days, we went to Ocean World, watched the guard change at Gyeongbokgung while wearing hanbok, and went to a traditional tea store in Bukchon Hanok village. Had fun at the Alive Museum in Insadong, took a nightly walk along Seoullo near Seoul Station, and accidentally saw Girls' Generation at SM Town near the Coex mall in Gangnam. We had a great time walking along Yeouido's parks, watched fireworks on one of the many cruises on the Hongdae, and last but not least, we went to Everland. In the evening, there was a Halloween event even over a whole month before Halloween. They went all out with decorations, zombies, and really creepy clowns. I was so sad to leave Seoul after over a week, but also thrilled to go to Jeju next. The first thing I noticed was how different Jeju is to Seoul. While Seoul is all about fast-paced, exciting, big city vibes, Jeju is laid back, relaxing even. Jeju does not have a subway system, but how can you complain when you get to see so many beautiful sceneries going by bus? On our first day, we went to Seogwipo, the second biggest city on Jeju Island, right on the other side of Jeju. Seogwipo goes along the coast on the southern part of the island and has beautiful waterfalls and landscapes. Our next goal was to climb Hallasan, the big mountain in the middle of Jeju Island. It took us literally the whole day, but it was so worth it. The view from the top above the clouds was breathtaking. We relaxed at Hyeopjaebeach until the sun went down, and already our few days were over. Just like over half of our vacation. Next stop, Busan. Our first destination was Gamcheon Culture Village. with its many colorful houses, cute shops and artsy murals. The next day we went to Haeundae Beach, and let me tell you this, I wish we could have stayed there longer. It is literally a big city with restaurants, shops, bars and clubs right next to one of the biggest beaches I've ever seen. But after watching one last street performer, we had to go back to our hostel to pack, since we had to take a bus to Incheon the next morning. We only had one day in Incheon, so we went to Wolmido, where you walk along the coast from where you can see the island on which Incheon Airport is located, and small amusement parks are next to each other. Incheon is so close to Seoul, you should totally go there. We would have liked to see more of it, but we had to go back and pack one final time for our flight back home the next morning.